Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Nick's War Room, and my friend came late today on the African timing. The one and only Kaya. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. I just want to put a point out there. I am not usually late. I'm never usually
You're not usually late?
I'm not usually late. Purely because that's how I'm growing up. But today, unfortunately, I'm late. So I hold my hands up.
No worries, brother. It's all good.
On it.
It's all good, brother. But I hope all is well. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. It's actually a while since I've brought someone on, so I wanted to get my guy on, man. It's been good, and the stuff he's been seeing, the football clips and all that stuff. We just wanted to talk about it today. But quick icebreaker. So you've had loads of stints at other clubs. Who is your idol? Like someone you look to, you watch the clips, you watch the highlights. Who is that to you? Who would you say that is?
So I'm gonna have to go with just one.
You can say whoever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think growing up, it's tough. It is tough. I think growing up, I think the obvious two obviously are. I think I went through a phase of Messi.
Yeah.
Where I used to watch. There was this one clip he had. This guy called Javier Nathaniel. He had this one clip.
Javier Nathaniel.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this one clip.
Yes.
And you know that little song was like, make the ground shake. That audio. So
edits after school.
Edit. So Messi had that. It's just one of that year he scored like 90 goals.
Yeah.
So it's that one clip, and then weirdly enough, after like a year or two, I had there was one Ronaldo clip. He made a Ronaldo clip. He was like to the song Superstar, and the Ronaldo that 2013-14 clip.
Yeah.
That 5-minute clip. So I learned the song through that, and because of the song, I always think of Ronaldo. So I'll probably say them two, but I think the one player I'll probably look up to and like idolise in terms of his game and stuff was probably Pogba.
Oh man, Pogba
was probably full football, you know.
You're a midfielder, aren't you?
Yeah, midfielder.
Yeah,
so for me, it was like the things that Pogba could do, and I don't think people actually realise like
he's too underappreciated.
For me, he's one of the best midfielders of our generation.
Oh yeah.
To ever come out and ever to play. So like he had everything. So for me, it was I'll probably say Pogba, and then obviously currently as of nowadays, I would probably say, I'm a big fan of like Declan Rice. Obviously, like take away from the Arsenal bias, but Declan Rice is a big one for me. Another player I like watching. Big fan of like people like Jack Grealish. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Villa of Grealish, and
even Everton now.
It's good to see him flying again. So players like that. Players that kind of get the ball and like to drive with the ball and dribble and stuff like that. So those sort of players I kind of like looked up to really. And then but I'll probably say the biggest ones were probably Pogba and probably Ronaldo. I'd say those are the two main big ones for me.
Nice. I don't know if you remember but we played at Western Shore. Do you remember Western back in the day?
Yeah, bro. Western Shore. Sunday League team.
Chamberlain, yeah.
Every week, bro.
Yeah. We play every Saturday? Saturday morning?
Sunday morning. We had a good team though. That team, because obviously
I never got in the team. I only just turned up for training. I was never that good. I wasn't that good, to be honest.
That team I remember, because in that team we had. You went to school with a couple of the boys that were there.
I did, yeah.
So you went to school with them.
Yeah.
And I still speak to like 2 or 3 of them now, so I'm still quite close with them. But that team we had was like we were turning up. It was a good team. Yeah, we were turning up and we were just winning games. Like honestly, it was like I would go into a game and just be like, how many are we gonna beat the team today? Do you know what I mean? Or if there was a team that was like they were the best team, it's like nah. We're gonna beat you lot today.
Exactly.
And we just steamrolled, and then we had our goalkeeper got picked up by Southampton. There were a couple of lads that were getting looked at by other academies and stuff like that, and then obviously I ended up getting picked up by Southampton as well. So it was a really good team. And
let's talk about that. How did you get to Southampton then? How many years were you there for?
So I was there for 10 years. I was there from the age of 8 to like 18, but it all started when I was like 5, 6, and basically I didn't even really like football. Like, I went into it. Like,
Why?
I didn't like, when you watch TV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bro, like football weren't the thing. It's more my dad liked. My dad liked football. He liked esports Arsenal. So that's
Oh
why I
yeah.
saw Arsenal.
What else was there? Another sport?
Another
Not even
right?
sport at all.
But my thing was music, bro.
Oh.
So things like Michael Jackson. We watched the UK Top 40.
Yeah,
stuff
MTV
like
back in the day.
Bro, that
Ooh.
was me. That was me to a T. Like, I remember used to pretend to have like the white gloves, so Michael Jackson like it would be a random golf club.
Nah, it's when they tried to do the thing when he's like that.
Yeah. I remember I'd be like, nah, I couldn't do it. Headbop, but that was me. So the music was my thing.
You make music or you just listen?
No, listen. I can't sing. Can't sing to save my life. You don't want to hear it. I can't sing. Can barely dance. If you can call it dance, I can't do that. Mum says I can't, so I've got to take her word for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just that, and then we moved. So I lived in Southend-on-Sea, so I lived in Southend, so Essex. So I was born in Essex.
Okay.
So I grew up there for like first 5 years, first 5-6 years of my life. Loved it there. Moved to Northampton. Then from Northampton, we were like, me and my mum were one of the biggest fans of it, so we were like, let's move down to Southampton because my auntie lived down there at the time. And then my dad, obviously, he got a job in Milton Keynes.
When did you move to Southampton?
So I moved to Southampton in 2011, so I was about 7 years old.
You remember Essex?
Essex, yeah. Bro,
really?
Yeah, but I remember Essex, mate. Like,
dang, you have a good memory, man.
I have a good memory. That's hope. That's like, for me, that's like, yeah. Like, I remember good bits of that, like going to the pier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't play football, so like football was the thing. I'd wear Arsenal shirt, but that's because my dad's.
So you got into football pretty late.
6, 7, yeah, 6, 7. So when I came down here.
Sorry, you said 6, 7. Sorry.
No. 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
There we go. So obviously, when we got down to Southampton, my dad at the time was like trying to find jobs. So what we ended up doing was. He was just taking me to the park and we were just practicing. Like, no word of a lie, I think there was a summer from when I turned 7.
Yeah.
We were at Riverside Park, no word of a lie, every single day, Monday to Sunday, like 4 hours, 5 hours.
Was that your dad forcing you or did you actually like...
At the start, because you're a kid, you're just like, you can't I'll just go and play football with my dad.
Yeah.
And then obviously, but for me it was so normal to do that training. Whereas people looking on the outside thinking, nah, what? Like, how are these not doing it every day? But for me and my dad, it was just our norm. Like, it was just our norm just to go to the park practice. Because one, it made time go by, and two, like, it was enjoyable. At the start, it wasn't clicking. Yeah. Then, at the end of the summer, everything just came together. Then that season after. At Western Shore. Yeah. We had a really good season, done really well. The team done well, and then after that, at the end of the season, so there was so at the time I think Portsmouth, Reading, Bournemouth had like come in and been like, oh look, we want to bring your son on like trial and bring him in for like the pre-academy and stuff like that. So I was like, alright, cool. Obviously, the dream. Wasn't a dream, but ideally it was Southampton purely because it was so close.
It's
so
local,
easy to travel to, stuff like that. So then, what happened was I was going to like Pompey, I was going to Reading, Bournemouth. So after after the session at Reading instantly were like, yeah, we want you. Yeah. And they were like, we even thinking about, but if I was to go to Reading, I would have to probably have done boarding school, so I would have had to left home at like age of 8, 9. So my parents was a bit like, you know, his kid, like his baby, is like needs to be at home really. Bournemouth at the time weren't what they are now, so you see how they are now. With the infrastructure, the training facilities,
European football. Yeah,
they were like League 2, League 1, and they just gone through like they just were coming out.
They were almost bankrupt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they were just coming out of that phase where they just got out of that bankrupt trouble. So again, it was a bit like like difficult stuff, and then. Pretty much, we had a tournament last day for Western, and then I played really well. So the Saint Scout was there to watch another boy, but then I had such a good tournament.
So you stole the spot. This guy, it's a cold world, man. It's a cold world.
All I have to say is when you get your moment, you gotta take it. So yeah, that day I had a. I don't think it was even one of my better days, but that day I played well, and then the Scout came to my dad and was like, look, we've got a tournament in the summer.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing Birmingham, Arsenal, Liverpool, like Chelsea, and this was at Arsenal's training ground. So imagine my dad being an Arsenal fan, being like
over the moon,
and stuff. Yeah. So he was like, yeah. So I joined the development centre, went to that tournament, did alright, did well. Obviously I was playing left wing at the time, but they put me full back because they were like, they wanted to see how I do there. Done well. Bearing in mind, never really practiced defending or not, but I was always aggressive and stuff. So it was no problem. Then after that tournament, they were like, all right, come back again another week, and then it kind of got to a point where basically it was between either Portsmouth or Southampton, but pretty much down to them two, because Portsmouth at the time were Championship and they were doing well.
Yeah,
and they were doing alright, and also I enjoyed going there as well. It was a good group of people, good like facilities, and the coaching was really good as well. So I enjoyed it. But Southampton was like I think at this point just gone promoted to the Prem the first time.
Yeah.
And they were Cat 1, so they played the Chelseas, the Arsenals, all the best teams. And I think out of comfort wise and knowing how good I was compared to the other boys, Portsmouth would have been the safer bet, because I was like, I'm just as good as the boys, or or whatever. And like I know I can compete with the boys. But Southampton was where it was like, I remember I went to the academy training session. I was like, I'm miles away. Like I thought I was here, and the levels.
Yeah, it's levels.
So it was like I remember going there, and it was like the ball mastery. So like your keep ups, your little like drag backs, and use skills. And for them, it was like
second nature.
It was automatic. Both feet.
Yeah.
Do it. It was like you couldn't tell left foot, right foot. You couldn't tell. Honestly, you couldn't tell it out. And I'm looking, because I was very heavy left footed at the time when I was there. And I remember like my dad being like, "No, we thought what to do here. Like, if you want to stay in this club."
Do you wish you chose Portsmouth? Do you look back and like, I choose Portsmouth, or were you happy?
Nah, I think Southampton for me, because also Portsmouth at the time just gone through administration as well.
Yeah.
So they were on the verge of being like done as a football club or not. So it was a lot of uncertainty with them. But also, I think with Southampton, it was local, so it was easy for my parents, and two, because the level I was playing with and around was better than me at the time.
Yeah,
I just simply had to raise it. Do you know what I mean? I had to raise myself. I had to be better technically, physically, everything. So, I would go home from school. Like, I remember, so I signed. So it got to a point basically where my dad was like, "Look, Portsmouth want him. These other clubs want him. Do you want to sign my son? Yes or no? If you don't, he'll go here. If you do, then we'll sign on docs. We want to be here." And then they were like, "Yeah, we want to sign him." So signed that season. Then started under 9s. Went back that summer again. I was doing the like you you get like a little wall. Have you been? You know Riverside Park, innit?
Yeah.
So that building, that changing room.
Yes.
That changing room, and then you got the path on it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just on that one specific wall, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
The basics.
The basics of the game, like controlling the ball against the wall, bang, down, getting it out, and then it'll be like my dad will come and press me from one shoulder to manipulate the ball to receive, and then me and my dad would do 1v1s. This is when he was like 35, 36, so he had a bit more in him, so
able to run to it.
It's a proper proper tackles and everything like that, and then we used to train with one football as well, me and him down the park, and he would we do shooting.
And then he gets you to run.
He would get me to get the ball, run, come back, and then he used to make me do these shuttles. Oh my god! And he used to make me hop one leg shuttles. So you make me hop here, back, here, back, here, back. But because we were so because we knew we had to do it to catch up with everyone else. Because like you said, I started late.
You did.
A lot of the other boys, they were kicking the ball at the age of 2, 3. Like even as soon as they were born, they were kicking it. So it was like it's either 2 weeks, either you sink or you swim in that environment. So so we just worked hard. Then went back under 9s, done well. Was with under 10s, played up a year. Then from under 9s to like under 11s, 12s, I was doing well. Obviously going to school, doing well in school as well, and that was another big thing as well. Like my education being being the focus. Like that was the biggest thing with my parents and my family. It was
you got you got plan B as well.
Plan B as well.
Yeah.
So like I'll probably say football until I was about 16, 17 was my plan B. My education was my plan A. And that's why I think that's why it kind of worked so well, because it was like, if say I had a bad game, it'd be like, alright, well, I've got school the next day. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If I'd be more upset if I had done bad on the test than I did in a match, because it was like, oh, okay. Right,
yeah, because test is
more important.
Yeah.
Stuff like you revise and you feel more invested to it. But yeah, no, it was, honestly, when I signed there, it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days a week, train every day, Saturday off, Sunday game. So I'll be in like 6 days a week as like a 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
So as we get older, like let's say 16, 17, like so you did play. Did you ever have a debut or no?
So what basically happens is, so when you get to around 16, you go through like a scholarship decision.
Yeah, because my brother goes through the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah, so your brother would have went through the same thing. So they had the scholarship decision, and basically, pretty much, I remember at the time, we were doing our like mock exams. So obviously I was more focused on mocks, but obviously I'm going through like this like big decision and stuff. Obviously you're kind of preparing, like, say if you don't get one, what are you gonna do and things like that. But like I said, with me, because I was so focused on my exams, like my energy wasn't really invested into that as much. But I remember we did the meetings, I think 10. So obviously there's a group of 20 of us in the team. So 2 lads had been offered early scholars. So they were offered scholarships when they were 14 because they were like deemed as the better ones of the group, and they seemed to be ahead. So they already knew their fate and where they were going to be within the next years. So obviously, if you take them away, so there's 18 of us. So I think I was like the 15th, 14th, 15th, 14th. Everyone before me, they said no. So they were like, no, we're not going to offer you scholar. Not going to offer you scholar.
Wow.
Not going to scholar. So I'm there thinking, and one of the lads I saw came out of me and was like, look, it's been a pleasure playing with you, but I'm not going to be offered scholar. And at that point, he'd just been called up to England under 16s, like a
cold world.
A month and a half before that meeting, a month and a half before that meeting, October. So the meeting was in first week of December. Mid-October, he was in an England camp. Got England called up, made his England debut, but he didn't get scholar. So obviously, when he said that, I was thinking, there's no chance. I was like, there's no point walking into the meeting. Let's not even go in there. But I walked in. But at this time, I'd been playing well.
Yeah.
And I was captain. So I was captain of the team. So the coaches I had that year, when I was 15s, we went away to. It's called Next Gen. We went away to Austria. So Basel were there, Chelsea were there, Bayern Munich were there. Biggest teams in the world. Name the team. Leipzig, Salzburg. Everyone was there. So that tournament, I was playing. So when we used to do tournaments, everything in Europe is by year group. It's not done by academic year. It's done by calendar year. So you'd go as like a 2003 group, 2002 group, let's say. So obviously I'm born 2003, so I was with the 2003 lot. But because I was the younger half of the 2003,
you're playing older.
I'm playing older people. So I wasn't starting that tournament, so I didn't really start. We played Salzburg in the first game, and then what happened was loads of people got this illness in this tournament, and people got injured. So I had to play because otherwise we couldn't fill the team. And from there, they put me as like a holding. So at that point in time, the year before, I was playing number 10. I think I scored 20-something goals that season. It's number 10. That season, I don't know what I was doing.
Yo.
And then they moved me back holding because they needed someone to fill in there. I was like, alright, cool. And I think I played Basel, and then from there I played every minute of that tournament. So even when the people came back fit, I still played. And then they were the coach of the under 16s for the year above, and they were like, when you come back, you're going to be with us now. So I went from pretty much maybe 13, 14, not even playing for my own age, to 15 now playing a year up. So what would happen is I'll play Saturday for the 16s because they play Saturday. Then if I didn't get minutes for the 16s, I'll play Sunday with the 15s.
Yeah.
So a lot of weekends I was playing both games, both days. So yeah, anyway, long story short.
How do you deal with that?
Do you know what? It was weird because I think at that point, what would happen is I wouldn't train Friday. So obviously I'd school and study the weather, and then Saturday, Sunday play. I think 'cause I just love football. Like, just love playing football, especially at that age. Like, you're playing for fun, and it's something you do, and you're playing for one of the biggest academies in the world, like notoriously known as Southampton.
Southampton, yeah.
You're doing something you love. It's a hobby, and ultimately, like I said, like with football, I've always been like football. Anything, I'm so very much tunnel vision. Like, if I know I need to do it and I have to do it, I will do it, and there's nothing that would like stop me from doing that thing, if that makes sense. So, you just gotta get on with it, really. And like I said, it's a pleasure to play a year up. You gotta take that ownership, and you gotta really embrace it, enjoy it. And then when you play with your own age, you gotta prove why you're playing that year up. So when you play your own age, you gotta be the best player, because they gotta validate why they go, yeah, right, we want to pick him instead of him, if that makes sense.
How did you deal with the pressure then? Like, so every game, it could be your last, even the scholarship. Like, how do you deal with it? Or are other players at the time?
I think I was very lucky where, especially the scholar decisions, I think that time was a tense time. You could see like different players reacted in different ways. I was very lucky where I started the season and I played like the first 5 or 6 games, and then we started going on a little win streak. And if in sport or anything, if something's working, you're not going to change it. Like, it's not going to change the format. So I played well and I was doing really well. So, and I'm very lucky that, like I said, I had those coaches the year before. So when I moved up to the under-16s, I stayed 16s with them. So I already knew how they worked. I already knew what their drills were like. I already knew their way of wanting to play and their ideas of how to play the football. So I kind of was familiar with them. So it wasn't like when you have like a new tutor in school or something and you kind of had to get used to them. I already had that welcoming period. So it was kind of me like, okay, right, let's just get on with work and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I was very fortunate. I had good teammates around me. Like, we were a good group. We were quite a tight-knit group, because a lot of us had grown up together since the age of 8, 9, 12, 13. So we'd grown up together, and we already knew each other really, really well. Like, I was spending more time with them than my own family.
Wow.
And my own friends, because you're with them every day.
Every day, yeah.
Every day you're traveling to different places, you live in the same life, and you can relate to one another. Do you know what I mean? So it was the fact that we had a good group, and I remember I had a player, his name's Goran. If Goran sees this, he would know, but like, I had a partnership with him in the middle, and me and him would just it was like clockwork.
Yeah.
We just knew, I knew where he'd be, he knew where I'd be, he knew what I was good at, I knew what he was good at, and it just worked out. So I think having good players around you, having a good group of people, is so important. So I think that's what helped me deal with all the challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out Goran.
Yeah,
shout out Goran indeed, man.
What guy, man. He's doing well, to be fair. He's in National League at Braintree now.
Oh, nice.
Got a game tonight, so probably watch that.
Yeah, for sure. So we're getting into 17, 18 Southampton now. What did you win a trophy? I remember you won something.
Yeah, so
was it the league or?
Yeah, so
it was the league.
Yeah, it was the league. So
talk about that.
So obviously I got my scholar, and then.
How did you feel, by the way?
Oh, it was the biggest relief, because obviously all I'd ever known in football was Southampton. So all I ever knew was that club, the facility, the training, that same drive. Done it for so many years, and I knew the coaches and the staff. So all I knew was that environment. So when I got the scholarship, it was a relief. One, because it was like, okay, right, like I'm actually like half decent at football. Like, I'm not terrible. I'm not as bad as I think. Like, I'm actually alright. And 2, it was kind of like, okay, that was done. I can focus on my mocks.
Yeah.
And just get through my mocks and know that, okay, right, cool. Football thing sorted. Can enjoy my football, enjoy the football to the rest of the season, and then just focus on my GCSEs and stuff like that. So yeah, so obviously 17s, 18s, COVID happened. So obviously that was mass. That was a huge impact on us as on me personally, because obviously, I think COVID happened in March, so we were in our last year, weren't we? So then I remember my mate, one of my best friends, he texted me. I was in the gym and he goes, "Yeah, no, I don't think we do our exams." I was like, "Nah, we will." Obviously, Saints. We were meant to go to America. We were meant to go to Baltimore. And they were like, "Yeah, we can't go." So obviously, I was thinking, "Yeah, okay, this is quite serious." So obviously that happened. Next thing you know, I go from March to August. So March, April, May, June, July. That's like 6 months, 5-6 months. You have no idea when you go back in.
Wow.
You're getting sent. Then you remember, I'm 16, like getting sent like a full schedule, like 8 till 5, to stuff to do, but from home. Me and my dad were in COVID. To be fair, like big up to my dad. I appreciate him with this one. Like we were just practicing every day, like because he wasn't going to work as well.
Yeah.
So we were just grafting on top of the stuff like the club was sending us. So got to first year scholar now, and it was difficult. Like the first 3 weeks, we couldn't, no contact. And the first game of the season was a week after that. So we went, 3 weeks of 3 weeks, with 3 weeks, bro. We've not done tackling.
No training.
We've not done small-sided games. We've not done rondos. We've not done nothing. We've not done.
You
like,
just
potential.
go into a game like
and
that.
then first game, Arsenal away.
Oh.
Guess who's on the left wing?
Tshaka. No, Saka's older than
Nah, a
you.
bit older.
Who's young? I'm trying to think. Someone our age group right now. Is he still there?
He's not there anymore, but he's in the Prem now.
Reece Nelson.
No, Amari Hutchinson.
Oh no!
So imagine.
He's
So imagine.
I remember the clips of him at like under 12s. Him doing
that F2 freestyle.
The F2, yeah,
F2 freestyle. So he was playing. No, so I played the year before as a number 10. So he was used to be a 10, but I didn't think like. I think I dealt with him well, and he didn't really do much. But when he went to the wing, let me not say that.
Is he the best player you played up against?
Nah, he's up there, but I wouldn't say he's the best.
Who's the best you've played against?
Under 16, Jamal Musiala.
You play against Musiala?
So he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And that Chelsea team, you got Samuel Ring Jr. who's at, I think he's at he's at Villa, but he's gone to Middlesbrough now.
Yeah.
Tino Livramento.
Yeah.
Levi Koval. Yeah, Lou Bate is in League One. In
yeah, I know Lou Bate. Yeah.
Lou Bate. Harvey Fair is at QPR now. Jamal Musiala.
I mean, the clips speak for themselves at Bayern Munich.
I can't like, because it's weird. Because
he was at Southampton as well.
Yeah, he was at Southampton when he was really young. But
yeah.
I don't remember seeing them stuff when he was there. But yeah, for me, he was just like, it was like wow, like glue. Can't get the ball from him. Like
yeah,
I remember someone's gone to absolutely boot him to take him out. He's just gone mix later. Then done a little he does that cricketer shift and then goal. So yeah, that was difficult transitioning from there. So from COVID.
Did you win the Arsenal game, by the way?
The Arsenal, that's not 4-2 loss. It was a tough start.
It's not bad if you've not played in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's not bad. It wasn't bad, to be fair. It was good. And bear in mind, we signed a lot of players from like overseas. So we had a couple of lads from Spain, a couple of lads from France.
Yeah.
Like a lad from Northern Ireland, still good friends with. So we had a really new team. So it wasn't the same team that we had like a year or two ago. And then when you're under 17s, 18s, like with your brother, you obviously mix with the year above as well. So it was a mixture of like playing with the year above and then RA. So that season, first year school, was a tough one because I started the season really well and I was with the 23s for like a week. Then just not played a bit, and then I got injury to my ankle. And then we were not a good run of form. We were losing a lot of games. So we ended up finishing. I think we only won like 3-4 games the whole season.
Wow.
So it was just like we had a really bad season. So then following on to the Premier League year, the next year, the year below me was deemed as like the golden group. So like the best, like they were like deemed to be like the next best group to come out of the academy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you had some of my teammates went up with the 23s. I stayed with the 18s that year. So I started with the big 23s. So I stayed 18s that year, and I was like one of the older players of the 18s group. And then you had the year below group who were just they were good. They had some good players in there. They had Sonny Davies, who's at Eastleigh now on loan from Southampton. They had Cam Bragg, made his debut for the first team. You had Kamari Doyle, Don Ballard.
Yeah, I've heard of.
So
Don Ballard. Yeah.
So that group, that like players like Max Lane, who went to Man City and things like that. So they had a really good group, and they were a very tight knit group, and that helped us because the year above my group, because everyone was so new to each other, it was quite separated. So it was separated to the ones that had been there for ages, compared to the ones that were new. So when they came, it forced us all to be like a little family together and tying together. So we started doing stuff outside of football together and everything.
Yeah.
And then the same players started to play, and then we just that season, I don't know what happened. We had Ralph Hudson, who was the manager at the time.
Yeah.
And he was all about high press, and his philosophy was, if this is how the first team play,
everyone's got to play.
Everyone's got to play the same way.
Yeah.
So I remember, I'll never forget this. The pre-season we came in that year. I think it was the coach goes, if you're not fit, you come back, because I'm not going to do any fitness work. When we come back, it's going to be pure tactics. If you're not fit when you come back and you don't do well in yo-yo and so we do these things called like skin fold tests, so body fat tests. So obviously they say this is what your weight's got to be when you come back. This is how much like, body fat you need to have. So obviously that's how I was there. Like, I was there getting free. I was there.
This guy is
I was there. I'd be like, my mum would make me meal and like say it would be like rice or something. I'd be there, just like. Put some back in the in the book, and I'm thinking, nah, I can't be.
You can't tell Mama either.
Yeah, but I can't tell Mama because she's gone through that effort.
Yeah,
she works
yeah.
And stuff. I'm like, I can't put this to waste. But I'll put it in the box, like that. All that things like I'll be salad and things. So that's the first year where I started to realise how important it is to actually eat, like look after your body off the pitch a lot.
Yeah.
Because obviously I had that ankle injury and stuff, so that was my first big proper injury and stuff. So. It was really important, but yeah, he simply said, if you're not fit, you ain't going to play. Simple as that. Yeah. So the first day of pre-season, the older lads my age, some of them didn't come out fit.
Wow.
So what they used to do was they used to do like a breakfast like club, the way they used to make the players that were overweight or not on their body weight, they'll make them do extra like bike sessions running. So you didn't want to be part of that group. They just didn't want to be part of because they just obviously people looking down from the club, they had the people at the academy be like, look, he's not serious, you know what I mean? So all the younger lads came back fit, I came back fit, and then from there we just went on a run. We were just winning games. And I think so we got knocked out with the FA Youth Cup quite early. We lost to Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
We were top of the league, we lost to Sheffield Wednesday, third round at home. And everyone was like, oh man, we have to win the league now. Like we have to.
There's nothing else, just go for it, yeah.
Go for it. So then, at this point, so after December, we were getting told if we got pro contracts or not. So my age was getting told you got pro contracts. So some of the lads had already got off their deals. So a lot of the lads that signed new already were like given a pro deal. So they offered be a 1 year squad and then I say a 3 year pro because obviously they're moving and they have to pay for everything. That's just how it's going to work. How it's going to be. A lot of clubs do it. So at this time as well, we had like players like probably Tyler Diblin, Jimmy J Morgan. They were like 2 years below, but they were playing up with us. So we had a really good team, and then. Obviously, I had my pro decision in Jan. So, obviously, we played Newcastle the 2 days before. And I'm getting told, you were the best player on the pitch. You were unbelievable. We played them in the Cup. I think Lewis Miley was playing for Newcastle that day as well. So, I was like thinking, Joe, I'm coming back. It's a Thursday. We were playing ping pong. Playing table tennis.
You get that ping pong?
Do you know what? I'm not bad. I could hold my own. I'm not great. I'm defensive.
Yeah, I'm defensive.
I'm defensive.
The counter attack.
I'm not gonna get a forearm and like put spin on it. I'm just gonna defend. But yeah, so done that, and then we went. So they were just like we're playing ping pong, and they've just got a card, can we have a word? And then obviously, where we was walking towards the head of academy, and when I walked into the room, imagine my other coach, like. Head of health or mental health and well-being was there, head of operations was there, so everyone started thinking, this is it, this is time. So obviously sat down, they were like, just want to say like Tuesday, you were unbelievable, you were so good. And they were like, but unfortunately we're not going to offer you a deal, we're not going to offer you a pro deal. So I've just gone like, so you just like, I was just there like the thing is, because after you hear that, you just completely zone out of anything else they say.
Yeah.
Because they say the main thing.
It's done.
So it's done. So they said it's done. Basically, they said it's done. It was tough. That was probably the first time. That's the first. So I didn't really suffer any like difficulty or rejection. I'd kind of been used to like success for like that 10-year period. So that was the first time where I met with a setback.
Yeah.
So obviously for me, it was that week was like it was a write-off. didn't want to leave my room, didn't want to talk to anyone. I don't think I spoke to my parents for like a good week and a bit, but obviously I was still under contract until May, June. So obviously it happened in Jan. So the club were like, look, if you get trials anywhere, we'll respect that, we'll let you go on trial. I was like, yeah, cool. And I said, like, look. And after like a couple of days, so I had a day off on the Thursday. So I trained on the Thursday night, day off Friday, and they were like, look, we've got Tottenham on the Saturday. There's going to be scouts there. Like, you're going to start, you're going to play. And I won. First 5 minutes, I won the penalty. And I started playing well, and I started doing well. And then we went on this run. Basically, they showed a stat, and it showed that every time I started the game, we won the game.
Bloody.
And I think I played out of 24, I think it's like 26 games
for
that season. I played 23, 24.
How did you play through those games knowing that you didn't get the deal? Like,
how
did you even find the motivation to play again?
I think it was difficult. It was a really tough time, that 2 week period in January. I was lucky that at the time, like, the people around me at the time were really good. I think I had a really good support system. I had people that listened and understood that what I needed. So if I needed space, I'd be like, cool, at the time. But I think also I had a mess. I don't want to dig him out, but I think Kevin Ngombe, if you know Kevin.
Yeah, shout him out.
Shout out Kevin.
Yeah.
He I think he doesn't remember this. I don't think he will. But I remember I must have put something on my private story. I think being like, this football thing's done. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with football. Like, done. And he messaged me just being like, if I had the experience and like the ability you had and stuff like that, something along those lines. He was like, and telling people that you're letting like us down, but you're letting yourself down, your family. And when he said that, I was like, you know what, I need to like get it together here. Like, I need to like carry on and power through. So when Kevin sent me that message, it kind of like woke me up a bit and be like, alright, cool. They said no, what are you gonna do about it? So then we played Villa away. I was the best player. They said I was the best player. I played really well, and then coach after the game said, "Look, we can't win this league without you."
And they're still letting you go. I just don't get the contradiction.
It's crazy. It's crazy about that. And the thing is, I wish what I'm saying wasn't true, but it was. So the coach said, like, look, we can't win the league without you, so we need you to play. So I remember I had a bad ankle at the time. And I was like, look, I can't go on trial with a bad ankle. Like, if I do medicals and stuff, club's gonna be like, look, I can't sign you. So it got to the point where I just had to drop out and be like, look, I can't play for 2-3 weeks. I had to get like a injection in my ankle, so I was off feet for like 2 weeks. Obviously at the time, so my girlfriend at the time was really good with me as well, because when I would go around her house and her family, they were so supportive. Her family was so supportive, and my parents were supportive as well, but they were really supportive. So they would put such a positive spin on everything, and they would like they'll see the positive in every situation. Then what was nice was they'll come and watch my games. Remember we played Crystal Palace, so basically at this point to win the league, it's between us and Palace. 1 point between that. I think we're level 1 points. We have 2 games in hand on them. If we win the game, we basically win the league. Basically, unless we somehow lose all our games in the season. We played them. I thought I was not going to start, and Gaffer, the guy manager Tom pulled me for the job, was like, look, you're going to start. Like, I need you to be out of the start, because we need to win this. Like, the boys, and if you win, it makes you look good, because then obviously you can go to clubs and be like this. So I was like, alright, cool. So yeah, I play. And obviously my family came, best game I've played like years. And I think because I had that mentality, like, I don't care, because obviously like it doesn't matter what happens. Like, I'm gonna be here. I don't know what happened. I was like N'Golo Kante times 100, everywhere, tackling people. I remember like
it was personal.
It was personal, but I remember
man.
We were 2-0 down in the 77th minute. I think we scored 3 goals into him. My best mate Fidel, one of my best mates, still best mates with him now. He came on and he scored, but he scored the finish was so bad. But he's like bundled it in with his chest.
Yeah.
He handballed it. And I remember that. I'll never forget that. That's a good memory of mine. And we won 3-2. And when we won that, we knew we won the league. And then won the league. And then went on trial at Sunderland. the day we won the league. They said we need you to play to confirm the league. So I played the game. As soon as the game was done, 7-hour trains up Sunderland in the trial. Then went on the trial, played Saturday, played Man City up against Jamie Barner-Gittins.
Yeah.
Shea Charles. Directly up against Shea Charles. Oh my god. I was getting the run around. Oh my god. Because I'd played Man City. Levels, yeah. I'd played Man City that pre-season as well. I was at Saints. Obviously Saints were about high press, so it was literally a battle of opposite styles of play. One of the best players actually I played against as well, Rico Lewis. So clever. But he does the simple things, but to the best level. So his movement, the timing, the movements, everything like that was just... So obviously I played City on trial. Then I played Wolves on trial. So I got 2 assists. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to get a deal. Here. I think I've done enough here. Then I look, well, we got... Do you know Chris Rigg?
No, I didn't know.
So Chris Rigg, he's like at the time he was like 13, 14. He's 17, 18 now, but he's playing for them in the Prem now. He's played like 50, 60 games for the club. And they were like, look, we want to sign something, but we've got a lad that's coming through in a similar position to you that's like 14 and like she's going to be the future. I was like, so you're not going to offer him.
Yeah,
so,
also.
What's the point? But when they said that, and now seeing what he's gone on to do, I'm like, yeah, fair enough, because kids mental. He's playing nearly 100 games at 18 is crazy in men's football. But yeah, so after that, I was like, all right, I got offered to go to America University, so Philadelphia. So offered the sports scholarship.
What did you think of that?
At the time, it was like, because all I'd ever known was academy, UK football. It was a bit like, nah, I want to stay in England. I want to do this and all this. So I was open to going to abroad, but like I wanted to do the football thing and like just go through the football. But then like the opportunity, and I'll say this to anyone out there that gets the opportunity to combine their studies and their football, and it gets the opportunity to get to do something like that. Yeah. Do it.
What do you say to those also released who
it
wasn't given a deal?
I say the biggest thing for me that I've learned is football and sport and life in general. Like this doesn't apply just to football getting released. It applies to anything. Like say if you get 5 and works, like it's a matter of an opinion. Like it genuinely is. It's not a fact. So one person may think you're the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. They may think you're the next Messi. Another person may think you're absolutely rubbish. So it's all about your opinion. But the most important opinion is your own opinion. So if you back yourself and you believe in yourself, you'll always find a way. Yeah. You always find a way.
Always, amen.
So that's why I say to the people that they go through a setback or they go through a period where there's doubt placed on them. Just back yourself, and like as long as you back yourself, the doors will open up for you. That's how I see it. So obviously left Saints in the summer. So we played City in the final, in like a playoff final at St Mary's in front of like 30,000 people. I didn't start.
I remember.
Yeah, so I was meant to start. No, the coach wanted to start me. But the head of the academy at the time was like, no, you can't start. We can't start a released player.
What? He's not even manager.
Yeah, he's not manager, but he had the say and stuff. So obviously I didn't play, I didn't come on. But everyone was like, look, you should play. But obviously lost the game. And then, after the game, that was literally me done at Saints. That was it, really.
Dang. So you go to Eastleigh. How would you say your faith has helped you?
Yeah, massively. I think for me, it's played a part of like my discipline. And it's played a part of believing like there is a plan for me. Do you know what I mean? So even when it seems like you have your back against the wall and you seem like it's tough, you just have to trust in God, and He has a plan for you. And my great grandma, she's a devoted Christian. Like it's like for her, it's like it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. And she always said to me, and she always used to tell me that like God, you may not see it now, but 5 years, 3 or 4 years, 5 years, you'll see why He made you go through the things that you're going through. Yeah. So now that I'm older, I'm like 21 now, and looking back on the things I went through at Southampton and stuff like that, it made me so much stronger, and made me realise life is not like bang, it's not like that. It's never like that. But I think football, sport, and athletes that have success get placed in a bubble where they think it's like that, and they don't get introduced to the real world and the real struggles.
Yeah.
So my faith, and also just, you know, even before every game, you know, having that belief, you know, that, you know, he's gonna look after me today. Like when I'm on that pitch, I'm gonna be okay, and I will be okay because I know I've got him, like looking down on me and guiding me whenever I'm playing. So
Yeah.
it's been a massive like part of me and my family's like just general just life really.
Oh man, that's really nice. And do you see yourself like outside the football world? Like, what do you see yourself doing outside of football?
For me, it's like I said, I'm. It's so weird. I love different sports. I love different things, but I think the biggest thing is like I started like a one-to-one coaching business. So through Eastleigh, when we go back to the stuff like we'll build on that, but started like a coaching business. So I've always had that entrepreneurial head. I think also too, I think especially once I stopped playing, I think being able to commit to a church schedule and go to church properly, fully, like week in, week out, I think that's a big thing for me, just to have that connection
that
to
community as well.
The community is it's a proper good community, and it's a way of life that like I want to breed to my future family, you know, and that's what I want, and that's the staple for that. So those two things I think are massive for me, and then also like studying that, coming out, going to university, so going Solent, so
Awesome.
getting my first in sports marketing and management, so that in the future after football, or, you know, whilst I'm playing, you know, build those connections. And also just want to travel and see the world. Like there's a whole world to see.
There's a lot
to do. And I think when I went back to Zimbabwe like 2-3 years ago, it made me realise like, you know, the world, like life, the way we view life here is so different to how they view life
100%.
there. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I want to be more part of the way they view life out there, because they just take like happiness from the most basic things.
Yeah.
Family and health, two most important things. But over here, it's like on our rankings, it's like at the lowest when that should be at the top. So those 3-4 things is like, and again, like also then the big thing for me is like building a good family and children, like I want like 2-3 children, you know. That's something I'm very heavy-hearted on and big on, because I want to create that like family, not just for myself but for my parents as well, to have grandchildren and them to be able to raise them and see them grow up. So those are big things for me.
Curious, if you had a kid, right? I hope you do. Would you want him to play football, have the same like upbringing like you did?
It's difficult because
realistically, you know, we see the memes all the time. Project Mbappe, Project Messi, all this stuff. But I think the way how you described it, yes, obviously you got pro academy, all this, but I feel like there's a massive side effects. I don't know you from you've been there, but I feel like, do you have a say?
I think for me, I've always said, I think I've said it to my parents. I've said, I don't want my child to go through the experiences I went through. I don't want them to go through like that demanding schedule where you're training every day at the age of 8, 9. I don't want them to do that. And what I don't want them to do is like kind of streamline into one sport and put that all into that one sport.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to do different things, different sports. So if they want to do it, that's on them.
Yeah.
And if they want to go all the way for it, I'm going to be like, look, it's not easy.
The standard.
The standard, and the only standard, like you look at like Max Down, 15 years old, playing the Prem. So the standard when it's gonna get harder and harder. But that's not just in football. That's in anything.
Yeah.
Even like look at like the athletes like
Michael Phelps training every day,
twice a day, behind the scenes, like didn't miss Christmas Day, didn't miss that, didn't
Christmas
miss
as well,
New Year's, like he trained on those days. Even people like, you know, I'm a big golfer, I love golf and stuff like that. Even like Deshambu, like he's a big golfer. Even like Rory, they've been playing since they're 14, 15, and because they're the face, every shot they have is so much pressure because they've got eyes on them. If they mess up one shot, everyone's like, ooh. Whereas everyone else, because they're not that big, everyone doesn't really care, pay attention. So no matter what you do and where you go into, there's always going to be that pressure and that demand to perform well. So if they want to do football, that's what they want to do. If they want to do anything else, then that's fine. But the biggest thing for me is whatever they get into, they got to know that, you know, it's not handed to you. You've got to work for it. You've got to work really, really hard. You've got to work harder than everyone else, and that's one negotiable with me. Anytime I play on the pitch, anything I do is, you may be better than me, but you're not going to outwork me. And that's the biggest thing for me. That's the thing that separated me, and that's what allowed me to still play football to now and do all the things I do. Is yes, I do coaching. Yes, I do coaching. Yes, I'm playing football.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing of that is discipline, and I think that's the biggest attribute and the most important thing. If they can develop that, they can do anything they want. If that makes sense.
Yeah. How has going to church been able to help you? Like, since you wanted to go more consistently with your schedule, like, what are the benefits you've seen for yourself personally?
I think for me it's perspectives. So I think when you grow up in an environment like I grew up, or in
were your parents like churchgoers?
Yeah, churchgoers. My dad was, my mum was. We used to go all the time before we signed. We used to go on Sundays because training would be on Saturday, so we used to go every Sunday. And from them, I think the biggest thing was it was a connection to home, because in Zimbabwe back home, that's all people do. They go to church, they wake up, go to church. You know, they sing, they dance, they say their prayers, they say their verses, and then they go back home. But then when they go back home, again, before every meal, you pray, you thank God. You thank God for the food that you get and you play. You thank God for the people that you have around you, and you're able to share this. And it seems so basic. We take food for granted, but it's what helps us live and survive. Do you know what I mean? The things like wars and stuff like that. And that's what I mean by how the culture is so different. And when you go through a community like that, to say like an elite environment, because in an elite environment that I've been in, it's very much cutthroat. It's very much toxic. It's very much
if you ain't good enough, you're gone.
It's gone. It's like that thing. But it's like in a church community, church society, it's you're welcoming anyone and anybody, you know, with a good, pure heart that wants to be a part of it, and you feel at home. And you feel somewhere where you belong. And I think a lot of people struggle to find that feeling in all walks of life. I think they struggle to find somewhere where they belong. So I think for me the biggest thing is my different perspective of life and how I view life, and I feel like my connection to back home in Zimbabwe is huge. So that's what church has allowed me to kind of do and bring together.
How do you find football now at Gospel?
This season I've loved it so far. I really loved it. I've really enjoyed it. I think, like I said, go from Southampton to Eastleigh. I said to my dad, we were speaking about it like 2 weeks ago, I said that it was probably the best thing I ever did, because when I went to Eastleigh, I went straight into men's football. So I joined the academy, so you brother the EDS. Is he in the EDS
EDS,
now? Yeah, he's in the EDS now. So I signed for that, and I was a bit we'll see what happens. We'll see what it's like. If I don't like it within 2 weeks, I'll just go to Philadelphia. Went in, did a fitness test. I got the same scores like some of the first team boys, probably like top 5 of the first team.
Wow.
So Gaffer's gone, manager's gone, alright, cool. You two, my friend Oscar as well, who is at Solihull now, National League, they were like, alright, cool, you two are going to train with the first team.
Yeah.
Train with them, done really well. Lee Bradbury was the manager at the time. He was like, alright, we're going on a pre-season trip away. I was away on holiday at the time, so I couldn't go, but Oscar went, and he was like, alright, cool. Came back, we played an EDS game on pre-season, so on the Thursday, then on the Friday, he said, I want you to train the first team. Saturday, they had Brighton on the 23s in a pre-season game.
Yeah.
So he's like, alright, you're on the bench. So cool. So Jake Hesketh, who was playing at the time, was injured, got injured in the 30th minute. So obviously I'm just sat there I think I'm eating like some Haribo's on the bench, because on the bench you get sweets.
You know what, that reminds me of, remember the Saturn Arsenal, the big guy eating the burger.
So I was just there on the side.
Haribo's is crazy.
Eating Haribo's, I'm munching. And the gaffer's gone, like, get warm. He said, get warm. So obviously he said it to us, and then he said, Jake, so they thought Jake was going to go back, and he's gone like that. And he's gone, "Oi, you're coming on, get in now." I'm looking at him, like, "Oh, him. I'll go there." He's like, no, you. No, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Hurry up! He's like, "Hurry up now, get it." So, bro, I'm sprinting there, bro. Bear in mind, I'm still chewing the Harry.
He's gonna throw up on the pitch, bro. On your debut, bro. Nah.
This was in the bear in mind, this was like 25-30 minutes in. Bro, pads, bro. Get my pads on. Let me wrap. Bro, bear in mind, it was a full strength first team. Never trained with. I trained him a couple times. Never played any men's football stuff. Went on in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Done really well. Because I think I just wasn't expecting it. I was just a bit like, alright, cool, let me just go on and play. Done really well. And then from there, bro, I just stayed with the first team that season. So then the gaffer, obviously I couldn't get minutes in the first team, so the gaffer said, "Look, we need you to go out alone." So I went to a club called Wimborne Town.
Wimborne, I remember, yeah.
So I went to Wimborne. First 3-4 months of Wimborne was tough. Tough. Because I was thinking, like, 5-6 months ago, I was at Saints. So sure, I can come in and just boss it.
Yeah.
But it's far from that. It was far from that. I remember I did a step over pass. I remember my second game from I did a step over pass one player. God, that's like, that same guy's come back and just bang, hit. I just absolutely 2-footed me through.
Yeah.
I remember my foot was swollen. I remember it was near my birthday as well at the time. I remember on my birthday I just had a fat foot, bruised foot.
Dang.
And I was like thinking, this non-league thing is, it's no joke.
How do you deal with injuries, like mentally, like, especially at Southampton as well? Like, how was it for you to react from that?
I think with injuries, touch wood, I've been quite fortunate where I've not had too many. The most problems I've had have been my ankles. But with injuries, I kind of see them as like, because football's so full on. When you're at it and you're playing, you train every single game, it's so intense. So I like to use injuries as a way to just have a breather.
Yeah.
Just relax, and just be like, okay, enjoy not having the pressure to perform. Enjoy not having to worry about who you got to mark at a set piece, for example, or kick off, or meet time, or things like that. Just enjoy, having that little time away. Yeah. Getting yourself back fit, and then you kind of just, again, you have something to work for because you're like, okay, I'm working to get back fit. So obviously when you're eating your food, you're like, okay, cool, I can't eat this much because I'm not burning the same amount of calories as I would if I'm playing. So everyone's different. Some people, and it all depends on the injuries you get. If you get like a long-term one, it could be difficult. If you have like a little short-term one where you can't know if you're going to recover, it's kind of alright, cool, let me just buy the time and just do other things to keep yourself busy. So the last time I got injured, got invested in chess. Yeah. Never played chess before, but after once I got chess, yeah, I know you're thinking crazy, right? But it's because one of the other boys, I'm okay, I can hold my own, but I'm not. I
want to learn chess. I can't.
It's a good game. Just because it's just intellectual. It's just all about
Clash Royale's my chess. I'll be
honest. Is it? Yeah, you love Clash Royale.
That's what.
I've never gotten into it, but a lot of the boys at football love it.
Get it, play it, man.
I need to get onto it, bro. I need to get. I think with me is I'll get hooked on it. I know I get hooked.
You get hooked. Yeah.
It's good, yeah. So I need to get on the Clash Royale. But yeah, I learn chess. But yeah, it's just doing other things. I'm quite fortunate where I've become very good as I've gotten older. Is separating the football, my life and football. So football life's this and my life's this. What I used to struggle with was football is my life. And it's like, if you have like a Venn diagram, you can't have the both in the middle. You need to have one here, and that's how for me, I work best. Yeah. So when I'm not at football, alright, cool. Like right now, my biggest worry today is like, let me catch up on yesterday's notes and lectures and what my task I've got to do for tomorrow. And then when I'm at football, I'm like, okay, right, this is I'm focused on what's going on the pitch. So once you separate and put them into different bits, it makes it a lot easier. But going into that men's environment, being in that environment was like, wow, it was tough. But the first 4 or 5 months I didn't get a game. Couldn't get a sniff. We went on some like 17, 18 unbeaten streak. So you can't go to the gaffer and be like, why am I not playing? Because keep it the same. Teams are winning. You can't say anything. And with men's football, it's different because if you lose 2 or 3 games in the spin, money's just on the threat. you know what it's like in the Prem. You know what it's like with managers when they lose 2 or 3 games. All of a sudden, like, you know, is he right man for the job? Players start talking, things like that. So I remember thinking, and then I remember we went on a little bad run. We had 4 or 5 game losses, and then he was like, I'm going to play you. This is your chance. Luckily that day I scored.
Ooh.
So I scored that game, but I had to play on the right. I played right mid. Never played in my life. But bad right mid. And then the next game, we played a team called Porton away, and the centre mid got injured in the warm up. So I was meant to start on the right mid, and they were like, look, the assistant gaffer was like, play him in the middle. Like, trust me, play him in the middle. Went in the middle, played the rest of the season in the midfield. Played like 20 games on the spin, 25 on the spin. 1 young player of the year. Done that. Done with a Wimbledon. Then I signed my pro at Eastleigh. So I signed a year deal at Eastleigh next year. And when I went to Eastleigh and I signed my pro, I was like, do you know what, like you're a bit naive because you're kind of like, as a young player going in, you're like, look, if I'm good enough, I'll play.
Yeah.
And there's loads of things that's experience, knowing how to win football games. And league football is so different to youth football. So the gaffer was like, and you got to think the gaffer's job was on the line. And he was under pressure as well because the year before they just missed out on playoffs. So he was like, I need to try and get that. And the manager, that was the expectation. So they were like, all right, we need you to go out on loan. So I went to Bashley for a month, 2 months. At first I was a bit, because I wanted to play the league above. So step 3, I wanted to play the league. So I wanted to play step 3 instead of step 4. And I went to Bash. The best 2 months of football I had.
Wow.
Since probably I left Saints, I reckon.
Yeah.
I was just scoring goals, getting assists. I had clubs from the league above looking at me to bring me in on loan. And I was loving it. I was like, I loved it so much. I was like, I'll stay there for the season. I'll stay there for the season.
You stayed?
Didn't stay.
EC
were like,
they want you back.
EC like wanted me back. Then obviously you had the FA Cup game when they beat Reading 2-1.
Yes.
So I was in the squad for that, stuff like that. And then 2 weeks after, I was like, I want to play 90 minutes week in, week out. So then I went to the league above. So the manager at Bashley, who brought me to Bash, moved to Poole Town. So I moved to Poole Town with him. So I was there for the rest of the season. It was good, and then pitch killed us because we had a waterlogged pitch. So we were so far behind in games. So we were playing like 2 games a week at one point. But I finished on like 40 games, couple assists, couple goals. So I had a good time, good stint, and then the year was done at Eastleigh. New manager came in. He was like, "Look, we'll offer you a new deal." So I'm thinking, alright, well, where do we go from here now? Like, I'm not getting offered a new deal at Eastleigh because I was kind of like, you know, I might get something here. Basically, he was just like, "Look, come down, part of the project." So I went down, had a look.
Yeah.
And long story short, signed for them, and yeah, it's been really good, really enjoyable. It's like I said, the group of people is great, and we're on 4 game unbeaten streak now, so we won 3 in the spin.
Nice.
We won last night, which was a big result for us, and we're just 1 point outside the playoffs. So that's the aim, just to win as many games as possible, and to keep going. But like I said, for me, played 11 games in like 5-6 weeks, so. Playing 2 games a week, being busy, but that's what you want as a player. You want to be playing every game.
Yeah.
And the fans they're so good. They travel so well. Like, they bring a drum every game, and it's like.
That's what I'm saying. When I went in Bologna, I'm like, I didn't realize the fan support is like this.
Yeah, honestly,
semi-pro,
semi-pro, like honestly, people don't realize, like, non-league, like now, it's like. Fans love it. Like,
it's getting the big exposure on social media as well.
Social media is huge. Like, I think hashtag United proper pioneered that start for like non-league football to like really go, and then like see teams like Farnham now. Do their little series. Even like clubs like Bolton, big club. They're big club. They're a huge club. Like, Weymouth's a huge club. Like even Gospel, like non-league, having their big clubs. So now the growth is getting there in that game. I think. We were saying in 5 to 10 years' time, a lot of the clubs that are like semi-pro will be near enough pro, like, or full-time football. Yeah, that's just one. The money. That's how the money's going, and 2, demand for it is just getting higher and higher, and fans love it. So, I'm enjoying it, and then balancing that with university as well. It kind of works hand in hand. So, it's like I get to live the experiences of like sport management in a weird way because obviously I play, and then. They're getting to study that and look at other sports as well. It's really cool. So really enjoy.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I hope we'll be watching your career, man. We're gonna see it unfold, and also Gosport as well. May they keep up the winning streak. And actually, you're playing games. You're playing games now.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a big difference. Like when you're playing week in week out, it's so enjoyable. Like you look at even at the top levels, like you look at players like you see like Rashford for example. He's gone to Barcelona.
I'm so happy for him.
And he's just playing, like, and he's got confidence to do his thing. And it's like he's playing week like Scrum is another one.
Yeah.
Massive like example of how like you can be in one environment and not feel. And again, it relates to all walks of life, church, like a community. You can be in one community and not feel accepted and not valued. But you can go to another community and where you are accepted and people love you.
Anthony is the big Anthony, yeah. Look at Anthony.
Anthony as well, and like, but it's all about again like being open to different perspectives.
Yeah.
Being open to new challenges, but also just being somewhere where you're loved. It's the biggest thing. It's the most important thing. So yeah, it's really good, and like I said, bring everything together. Hopefully, I can. My thing in life is just to prove to people that you know. You can do it all.
Yeah.
If you really put your mind to it, you can do it all. So you just gotta, find the time balance and value the things that are most important.
Awesome. One more question to round it all off. Who is Jesus to you?
I think Jesus to me is probably. He probably is like. He's a father to probably my family, I would say, and he's the ultimately. The beginning of the family line, and he ultimately is the one we all look up to. So for me, he's like someone that embodies home. He embodies a way of life. He embodies the discipline and the structure that I want to follow. But also, he just embodies, everything I stand for, our family stands for, is through Jesus Christ. So for me, it's like kind of like the father to my family, really, and like the person that I'm like, okay, this is how he wants me to do this. There is a reason why, and it's the right, and how he sees things is the way I want to see things and do things. And the fact that like I said, my great grandma, she was so devoted to him. My dad so devoted. My mum, and my grandma as well. So there's a reason why. So he ultimately is the reason why I am the way I am because of my past generations.
Amen. That's beautiful. Thank you, Kaya, for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you more today. It's also a good reality, this academy life, Kaya has shown today, find something, to fall back on, go to uni, pick up your education well, it's something that we need to take more seriously.
Yeah, I think it's
really nice.
I think also with football, it's I say biggest thing as well, anything as well, just don't get too high with the highs. Just don't get too low with the low. So when things
are easy to fall into
things like that. So I think when you're at your lowest, you can only go up. But when you're at your highest and you think everything's cloud like 100. You can always come down, so always just find the middle ground, and you'll just notice how things will just work their way out.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, link in the description is to donate to our ministry. We're trying to obviously have our own place at one day, our own studio. Kaya, keep doing your thing, man. Keep looking up to God as your father, and thank you for coming on.
Nah, man,
how have you found it today?
Good, man. It's really good. It's really refreshing. It's really refreshing to look back on my journey, but also it's nice to be a part of something, because I've seen you do this podcast now. You obviously had the podcast in a different way before in the past. Yeah. And you kind of changed it now into something that's more for you and that just represents you rather than other people. It's this is what you want to do. So to be a part of that, it's an honour.
Thank you. It's an honour to have you on. But yeah, subscribe. We're close to 4,000. Thank you again. And God bless.
God bless, man. God bless.